Many of us are finally looking to start traveling this summer despite the roadblocks inflation may bring.
And joining us now for an edition of TMS Money Saver Tips Travel Edition with tips that won't break the family budget is Claire Newell, who joins us from Vancouver this morning. Claire, it's been a while. Good to see you. Good morning.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me. You know, travel is just, it's on everybody's mind right now, you guys, but the reality is it's expensive. And there's some reasons for that.
Yeah, let's talk about that. What has the impact been of inflation, the high cost of living that we're all dealing with now? What impact is that having, Claire, on Canadians' summer travel plans?
Well, they've done some surveys, and unfortunately, about the vast majority, about 70% of people across Canada are altering their travel plans because of the high cost of travel at the moment and the high cost of living. You know, it's so expensive for food and gas, and travel is no different. In fact, COVID isn't the biggest hurdle for travel anymore. It's actually the costs. And that's due to the rising fuel prices. Obviously, the situation in Ukraine and Russia has affected that. Also, the labor shortages right across the industry. And it's all affecting prices, which are rolling down to the consumers.
Now, after a couple of years of this pandemic, some may be averse to the idea of a staycation because we've done a lot of them over the last long while. But you're going to entice us.
Well, I am, because of people who, so many of us have tight budgets. A staycation is something that you should consider. And it doesn't mean you have to stay at your house. You could just drive somewhere that's a short distance away or take a train to a destination that's been on your list and you maybe haven't knocked it off your bucket list. But if you are staying at home, it doesn't have to be boring. It's really easy to get, sidetracked by the laundry or your work emails. But if you have a plan, you can elevate that whole experience and do things that you love to do. If that's going for a hike or a bike ride, maybe going to see an attraction that you haven't seen in your hometown. Do a spa experience, either book maybe an hour-long spa treatment or bring that home and play music, light candles, add flowers, maybe splurge a little at the grocery store. It'll all elevate that experience of a staycation.
All right, but for those of us who do want to find a way to go further, get on an airplane, what is your TMS Money Saver tip, Claire, when it comes to flights?
Well, if you've been collecting points and never really looked at them, this might be a time to actually redeem some of them, whether they're a mileage points or reward points, maybe through a grocery store or through Aeroplan or something like that. We are seeing so many people actually do that. Now, nobody likes to do a connecting flight, but I can tell you, the nonstop flights are very expensive. It's what really everyone wants to do. So if you don't mind doing a connection, that maybe 2 or 3 hour layover could literally save you hundreds of dollars. And the other thing that you should do is if you are wanting to go away on a plane and get to a destination, a lot of the popular destinations are actually serviced by our Canadian airlines and also our charter airlines. So a lot of the airlines like Air Canada, they have a vacations arm. So does WestJet, Transat. And they put together packages where they bundle accommodation, maybe attractions, as well as the airfare. And they're really, they have much more buying power than you would because they're booking thousands of rooms. So look at them. They have some really cool packages. And to all the popular destinations, if you want to go to Europe, they've got Ireland and Italy and the UK. And it's not just one destination. Like I can think of Italy right now. Air Canada Vacations has a package where it's a couple of nights in Rome, a couple of nights in Florence, and a couple of nights in Venice, all bundled together with the train and everything to get you from A to B. And it's affordable. Like from Vancouver, it's $12.99. So from Toronto, a lot cheaper.
Okay. What about when it comes to accommodations, Claire?
Well, people are having to get creative, and we are seeing people, maybe stay with friends and family for a couple of nights. What's also become a lot more popular are house swaps. So if you've ever thought of doing this, say you have a place at a lake or in the mountains, or if you have a great place in the city and you'd like to stay at a place like that, whether it's local within your own province or whether that's with trading with somebody overseas, a lot of people are doing this. And there's no money changed hands. You're just literally swapping houses. At a minimum, though, look for accommodation that has a kitchenette or a kitchen facility because eating out's expensive no matter where you want to do it. So even if you're just having breakfast or lunch in your accommodation, it's cheaper to go to the grocery store than it is to eat out at the moment.
That was the premise of a movie with Kate Winslet and
one of my favorites.
Cameron Diaz. And they also met the loves of their lives in the process. So it could be a win-win.
Wow. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, up next, you've got a TMS Money Saver tip for us when it comes to booking your trip. And you say the earlier you can do it, the better, Claire?
Yeah, gone are the days of the last minute deals that we used to see pre-pandemic. So I do recommend that you book early. However, having said that, because we are seeing people book into 2023 and into 2024 because they want to lock in the rates, make sure that you have travel insurance that will cover you for any non-refundable portion, that there's a non-refundable deposit. And make sure that whatever you're buying has flexible terms and conditions, because goodness knows with the pandemic, we know that things can go sideways quickly and you don't want to be left holding the bag.
For sure. All right, finally, what's your biggest TMS Money Saver tip when it comes to negotiating a bargain?
Research and plan in advance, and that goes across the board. The earlier that you book, the better. Even when you're redeeming your points, you're going to redeem less if you book early. It's more expensive. So if it gives you any idea, in February, I booked my own Christmas getaway with my family. So early.
That is early planning. Claire Newell, great to see you as always. Thanks so much. Appreciate this morning.
Bye.